Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to make this cute little summer wreath with a watermelon theme. It's going to start off a little different. I have this wreath base that I made a couple years ago. I taught a class at my church on how to make a wreath, and I never did anything with the base that I used as the demo. So it's going to be perfect for this watermelon wreath because it's got the light green and the red, and we're just going to have to add some dark green. And the dark green is going to come in the method of 21-inch mesh that we use as a chain to add to the back, and then we'll also use some 5-inch and make some little ringlets. That'll fill in with plenty of dark green to bring in the sign. You can see here the sign's got the light green, the dark green, and the red, so this is going to work out just perfect. I did 12-inch poofs because it's going to go behind the light green. And so I just measured out 12 inches. I had my pipe cleaners ready. They were measured in thirds. And normally on a chain method, I do 10-inch poofs, but this time I went ahead and did 12 because it's going behind that other. Also, this one, the outer ring was on the crossbars. So this particular row I put in between the crossbars. Those dark green poofs were getting a little unruly, so I thought I'll pull a little bit of the light green, and that also just brought that color to the forefront, so that worked out well. You can see here is the 5.5-inch mesh. I'm going to make the little ringlets. I cut those at 10 inches. And guys, this is one of those wreaths that looks ugly before it looks pretty, so don't be afraid at this point. And I'm using my mini Bodabra to hold the ringlets as I do them. Now, if I use 10-inch mesh, then I still cut it at 10 inches, and then I just fold it over. But since I only had a dark green and 5.5-inch mesh, I went ahead and just put 3 little ringlets in each grouping, and then just add them as needed. When I add a sign, I usually use duct tape, pipe cleaners, and hot glue. I'll take and measure the pipe cleaners against the duct tape. Put in little strips of hot glue, and then just add the pipe cleaners and put a little strip of duct tape. Sometimes the glue's not enough, so the duct tape kind of holds it if it tends to soften up. And then you just add that sign. This is the first time I've ever done a sign at the bottom and a big bow at the top. I think it is. It was a commissioned piece, so I just was making what she said she wanted. Because normally I'm a sign or a bow. Sometimes a sign and a bow, but they're diagonally set across. Now here's the bow we're making, and it's pretty simple. You just have to remember to take it in sections. Now this white ribbon looks like it would probably be double-sided, but it's not. I'll show you here closer up in a minute, but it's kind of like the edges are laid over, so it's definitely got a right side and a wrong side. When I make my first set of loops, I will measure it, and then I will just measure my next ones by the first ones. I'm horrible at keeping loops the right size, so it's something I really have to focus on. And again, there you can see that it's got kind of a right side and a wrong side, so you do have to twist it to get the right side to be the outer part of the loop. And we're only going to make 3 loops on each side, and then we're going to put that in a pipe cleaner, because some people can hold multiple ribbons, but I just don't like to. I feel like it just gets to be too much. So I'll do about 3 loops on each side and then hold it with a pipe cleaner. And if you twist your ribbon the right way, kind of a back and forth twist, it won't get all tangled up. I never do. And I know that I never do, and I still never do. So then just cut this off. And just to let you know, there are going to be tails on this ribbon, but I don't mess with the tails at this point. Again, it's just too much to deal with, too much material, too much ribbon. So I just try to keep it as simplified as I can. And I know I have a lot of subscribers who have dexterity issues or just need it broken down into sections. And so this just makes it a lot easier for folks. So take a pipe cleaner, and this is a full-size pipe cleaner because it's going to hold a lot of ribbon and then have to go back to the frame. So then here is the second ribbon. It's a very pretty ribbon, I think. And the same thing, I just use my mat to measure out the first set of loops and then just twist it. And then measure this set of loops to the set that I already measured. And I know this is a lot of information that maybe some of you don't need, so you'll fast forward through this bow part. But there's a lot of people that are bow challenged, and so I just try to leave in each little step so that everyone can see and maybe follow along. I did speed this up, so if you need to slow it down, you can do that. But I love watching people make bows and paint, and it's all very therapeutic. So then I just open that back up and add this set of 3. And then we have an ant ribbon, which I think is so cute. Just sets off a watermelon wreath, perfect for summer. And this I did in a 5-inch loop. I don't know if I said it earlier, but the bigger ribbons were in 6-inch loops, and this smaller ant and the watermelon are both in 5-inch loops. I'm not going to show you the watermelon ribbon, how I did the loops, because it's the exact same as this ant ribbon. But then you'll see once we get all that together, then I'll cut off the tails. I think I cut these at 15 or 16. It's just however long you want your tails, double that, and then you're gonna put a little pipe cleaner in the middle. I have to refrain from fluffing the bow right then. But here's the tails that I did, and I just put a pipe cleaner on those. Again, for me, it just seems so much easier not to have all that ribbon in your hands at one time. So just add that on, then you can add your actual bow right over it. And now comes the fluffing. I love the fluffing part. And it actually ends up that I don't think there's enough of the white showing, so you'll see in the final picture that I did add some more white right in the middle. And then I thought it needed just another texture or so. So I took this red tubing, and I just like to make loops. I usually do them in 3. You could do them in 3, 4, 5, or whatever makes you happy. But anytime you can add extra texture, it helps to give depth to the wreath. And guys, we've made it to the end. Here's the finished product, and I think it looks super duper cute. My customer was very happy with it. And I'm going to go ahead and link the chain method video, so those of you who haven't seen it can take a look. It's super easy, super fun. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.